API Gateway allows you to create REST APIs that are totally hosted and managed in a scalable fashion. And you can back these APIs with a variety of things, namely Lambda. It could be a proxy for some other AWS service, or really any HTTP accessible API anywhere on the internet. So it's regionally based, but you can also have API access be edge optimized. So it uses the CloudFront network to be closer to your consumers. You can also configure API Gateway to be privately available, so you don't have to make it publicly available to the internet. You can use it internally in your private VPCs. API Gateway supports API keys, so you can uniquely identify users, and it also supports usage plans. So if you're selling your API as a service, you can implement throttling or quota management. And because API Gateway uses CloudFront behind the scenes, you can have your own custom domains, and SNI is also supported. And if you have an API that you think is very useful and people would pay money for, you can monetize it by publishing it to the AWS Marketplace. So here's an example of using API Gateway. We have these callers, or these external parties. And so in the case of the PC or the terminal up top, that application is making a REST call in to say get customer 345. And then we hand that off to a Lambda function, which goes and fetches that record from the DynamoDB database and returns it to the caller. So that's an example of a GET request. So in the case of creating something, it would come in as maybe a put request with the payload, and then we would hand that off to our Lambda function that would then put that item into our DynamoDB database. One of the neat features of API Gateway is it can cache responses. So in this case, get customer 345, the API Gateway could recognize that call and just serve up the response there locally without having to go back to the Lambda function or DynamoDB. And this can make a world of difference both on DynamoDB load, but also performance.